So, we support the intention of the bill to reduce poverty through social entrepreneurship. We think that this is consistent with the plan's overarching goal of inclusive growth, and already the NAPSI through USEC Escara have already signified support with this bill. However, there are several factors or some factors that need to be considered in order to improve the bill. First is, we look at what the character or definition of a social enterprise is. This is a quotation from Mr. Laksamana, that a social enterprise is a business with a mission. So, it has a private character. Tama ba? Wala yatang nag-agree. Hindi. So, it is a business, diba? Initiated by a private individual, tama? Using the resources he has and using the support that are present within his environment. Tama? Mali yata. Not all. Okay. Kailangan pa mag-aral. And we think that the best features of a social enterprise is it is character in nature. If it is private in character, but it crosses with government because the aim is, tama ba, to correct market failures and address equity concerns. In development economics, simple lang po ang ibig sabihin nito. Ang turo sa amin, there are only two reasons for government to exist, and that is to correct market failures and address equity concerns. And this is being mixed with the nature of a social enterprise. So parang government enterprise or business with a conscience. Business with a mission. And a social enterprise is efficient. Being private in nature, anong basic concern? It aims to create profit. Diba? Tama naman, diba? But not excessive profit. Pwede rin siguro excessive profit, but you return. Kasi narinig ko yung wealth creation. What is wealth? Maraming ng wealth. Hindi namin na-define yan. Kaya income lang yung dinefine namin among academicians. So mahirap operationalize what is wealth. But it is given that a social enterprise is efficient. It is pragmatic in nature. It will not allow itself to be wasteful of resources. Tama? It will not allow itself to be idle or some resources to be idle. It wants to fully use the resources available to him. The third character is sustainability. Ito yung difference of a social enterprise with any other organizations. A private enterprise may not be sustainable. Diba? Nagpapalit palagi. Minsan ang product niya, kung kunyari sa Mega Mall lang, diba? Yung isang area doon or ang binebenta niya bags, 'di ba? Pero pagka hindi na uso yung bag, iba na yung tindahan, donut. Pero makita mo, yung enterprise, yung owner is pareho lang naman. So there are certain activities that are not sustainable for some private enterprises. And it also distinguishes with a non-government organization. Non-government organization exists not for profit. Diba? Okay lang siya na hindi sumeldo, basta magawa yung mission niya. Ay, hindi daw totoo. Pero mababa ang sweldo kaysa sa mga nasa Makati or nasa government ba. Kabibigay lang ho ng last chance sa government eh. So medyo mataas pa yung sweldo ngayon. But, organization with a mission. But it is not there to generate profit for itself and redistribute this profit to kung sino man yung stakeholder or intended beneficiaries. Yan lang po yung yan yung basic character which I think a social enterprise distinguishes itself from any other private organizations or from government. And because of that, we go to ito yung mga hindi siya specific comments on the current version of the bill, but certain features of the bill that needs to be enhanced in terms of coherence with existing policies. Sort of mga natakil na ni Yusek Jude kanina, yung some governance concerns. Siguro nasabi niya na impute na rin from his presentation that some activities of a social enterprise or some advocacies of the present bill are already being done by the NAPC. Merong mga overlap, di ba? So we want coherence with existing policies. The government has been working very hard to transform the bureaucracy into an efficient and effective institution. That's why we have the rationalization program. The rationalization program intends to eliminate redundancy in functions of many government agencies. And there is also a policy of the government, medyo naririnig lang sa Congress, of the scrap and build policy. What is the scrap and build policy? The government should not create an agency or an institution unless it will be able to scrap, to make redundant a certain agency or some ineffective or inefficient agency that could be scrapped. So in the current version of the bill, medyo pagka nabasa ng DBM, ay, parang allergic ka agad, Kasi merong mga provisions doon which aims to create certain institutions. And rationalization program, later, one na nga yung NAPC, the government thinks that a social enterprise would be a good strategy for poverty reduction, but certain activities, as espoused in the current bill, are already being undertaken by some government agencies. Siguro meron din later DTI for the provision of certain financial support to start-up businesses. So, pwede natin i-consider a social enterprise starting up its firm to be a startup program. And we have programs or we have agencies that would cater for the needs of these social enterprises. So next is fiscal responsibility. What is fiscal responsibility? In fiscal responsibility, allergic naman dyan ang DOF. In the current version of the bill, merong generation of a certain social enterprise development fund. So, pagka may nanghingi ng funding from government, saan kukunin ng government yung fund na to? Dalawa lang naman yan, di ba? Sa bulsa natin as taxes or uutangin natin. Kanina, as one of the key strategies, yung overarching is macroeconomic sustainability. And one feature of that sustainability is also fiscal sustainability. So ngayon medyo limited pa rin your source of the government. So we have to prioritize ano yung dapat bigyan, dapat hindi muna. And also, may mga repercussions in terms of in terms of higher interest for some businesses, higher implications on exchange rate for those who are trading with other countries, yung mga ganun. Then, reducing red tape. That has been the goal of many administrations. We want the creation and the dissolution of businesses to be fast. Dapat madali yan, di ba? Kung gusto kong magtayo ng sari-sari store today, kailangan bukas pwedeng nandiyan na yan. Hindi yung nagtanong ako ng kaibigan na may isang sari-sari store, gaano siya katagal kumuha ng mga required na lisensya para lang ma-open yung sari-sari store niya na yan. So, maraming mga tumatango, siguro may mga experience kayo. Hindi ko kulangin ng 2 weeks. Diba? Kung makuha mo in 2 weeks, mabilis na yon. So, doon sa related to that, ang nakita ko lang na doon sa bill is meron siyang Social Enterprise Commission. May mga di ba? Kailangan accredited, kasi merong mga benefits or incentives that would be afforded to an authorized or accredited social enterprise. So, pwede sigurong tignan. Hindi naman natin sinasabi na hindi pwede yon. Sabi natin, i-consider. Lahat dito, sinasabi natin na hindi pwede, pero gusto natin i-minimize. We want to make the bill, it is important, we want to support it. So, we want to revise the bill so that these concerns would be addressed. Sabi natin, walang iniwanan, inclusive growth, social protection. These all relate to economic development, economic productive activities, and walang iwanan. We want everyone, later on, yung mga hindi muna maka-join in the economic opportunities to later on eventually join this economic growth path that we want to attain. Thank you.